Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Scout Tactical channel. Tonight I want to do a couple of flashlights that I have just grown to love. I've been carrying these dang things for about 3 years, and I thought, I haven't shown these on the channel yet. The guys need to know about them. I think I like them so much because they're affordable. So what you have in front of you is an old model, first generation Streamlight. It says PT2AA, but it's really the ProTac 1AA and then the ProTac 2AA. The nomenclature is just a battery. That's all it is. It's the same flashlight, but this holds one AA battery. This holds two AA batteries. So I like these because they're 40 bucks. Now I think I'm seeing them for about 45, maybe 50 at the most, but most guys $40 to $45. And that's an affordable EDC flashlight. I actually carry the little 1AA more than the 2AA, but I keep the 2AA, for example, I have 3 of these, and I keep the 2 on in the nylon sheath that it comes with, and I keep one on my pack strap and things like that on my bag that's in my patrol car. So I like that as a backup flashlight and as an EDC. The reason is, other than the cost, they're slim, very slim, about a ½ inch around. I don't have the exact dimension. They didn't list it on their website, and pretty bright. Now, when they first came out, they said PT 1AA and 2AA. Now they say ProTac, as you see. I thought it was just a naming change, but I think they actually changed some of the LED technology. Went to Cree, the C4, and it did give it a couple more lumens, I've noticed, just visually. And via their website, this used to be listed as a 50 lumen flashlight, which of course mine is a first gen, and it is. Now it's listed as a 70 lumen flashlight. So I guess you picked up a few lumens from the first year, which this was only really less than a year, up to the next generation. And having flashlights change, just a few years ago they were incandescent, and then LED was the big deal. Now these Cree LEDs and all that stuff are making them 10 times brighter. So spec wise, this thing is only 2.3 ounces. It runs off of 1AA, and it has tons of run time. They listed at 32 hours on low. It does have a few modes. If you look, they're all by tapping the rubber tail cap switch. That's it. There is no twisty on this. It's all tail cap activation. But if you can see, the tail cap is protected by a raised bezel, so it's not going to be accidentally hit if you don't want it to. So you kind of tap through the modes. So the second one's strobe, the next one's low. See that? High, low. Low is only 5 lumens on the little bitty one. It's 11 lumens on the bigger one. And I tend to use low all the time because, again, they're rated at 32 hours. You only have a listed 2-hour runtime on high on either the 1A or the 2A. So, and remember, that's pretty optimistic. Normally these lights, when they list a certain runtime, I don't go by that. I normally know that it's way less. So I generally use my lights on low because I'm just trying to do something in my personal space. But in a defensive situation or something where you're trying to look way farther out, you would obviously use the high. Now I'll show you side by side. Here's the little 1A down here, and then as you can see, I hope the camera shows it, but noticeably brighter. This is listed at 155 lumens on the 2AA versus, of course, as I said, the 70 lumens, and I think mine's only 50 on the 1AA. It's 11 lumens, if I didn't mention that, on low, and they both have the strobe. I was going through the specs. I kind of got off track, but 2.3 ounces, 3.4 ounces, so another ounce, but a lot more length. 4.16 inches, and to be numerically confusing, 6.14 inches on the other one. So 4.16 and 6.14. At 6 inches, this is a pretty pocket-filling light, and that's why I really don't carry it much in my pocket. And I'm talking when I'm not on duty as a police officer, just in plain clothes. I like the little one because it can still go in jeans really easy at 4 inches, about the size of a pocket knife, folded. So still pretty fittable. They both have pocket clips, as you can see, and I like the clip. None of it is for a super deep carry or anything, but they're just pocket clips. So you can reverse them. I've got this one like this because it goes in the pack, and I didn't want the clip catching on the sheath, but I've got this one upside down so that I can go light down in my pocket. I wouldn't want it to go light like this because then I'd always be walking and hitting the buttons. So I just took the clip off, they just pull off, and I reversed it. So the lights are good. Now there are a couple of alternative versions, still Streamlight ProTacs. They make a 2AAA version, which I don't have, and it's super skinny. It's kind of like a Stylus Pro, really, and that's why I don't have that one, because I already do have a Stylus and a Stylus Pro. But the neater versions of these are also the 1L and the 2L. L standing for lithium. I didn't ever get those in the beginning, and now that I have a couple or three of each of these, I kind of like to keep them all the same. I got the AA version because I had rechargeable AA batteries, and I had charging systems for those, and a little solar charger and all those things. Now, in the last year or two, things have gotten a lot better for the rechargeable lithiums, and so you could run something like that. For example, the 2L, you could run the 18650 rechargeable double length lithium in the 2L. You do gain a little bit of diameter. It looks like about a quarter of an inch or more, a little over, for both flashlights. So they are a little fatter, but they are a lot brighter. The 2L, which I have sold a few to guys, the 2L is a 260 lumen flashlight versus 155 with the Streamlight 2AA. And then in the little guy, I think it's, well, I don't have it in front of me, but I think it's 125 or something like that, 140. So you get quite a bit more illumination in the lithium versions and more runtime, because lithium batteries generally last a little longer, but you don't have the convenience of extremely common battery types like AA that you do with these. And again, at the time, I didn't really have a solution for any rechargeables, and I like recharging my flashlights, especially if I'm using them all the time. You know, your hunting light, not talking duty lights, but your hunting light and your around the house light and all that stuff, you don't want to be eating batteries all the time. So the AA was perfect for me, and the 2AA obviously, but the 2L and the 1L are way brighter, and it cost wise pretty much the same. It looked like $7 to $12 more per light in the lithium versions with most retailers. So overall, 4-inch and a 6-inch, less than an inch around, and plenty of illumination for either high or low for personal tasks. I highly recommend the ProTac series of lights from Streamlight, and at $40, a definite value. Guys, as always, I appreciate the views and the subscriptions. Let's keep them running. Check us out on the web at scouttactical.com and on Facebook at the Scout Tactical channel. Thanks for watching.